Our life is a clear result of the choices we have made in the past, and the future is in our hands. In this video, I'm gonna give you 5 ways to make the right decisions regardless the situation. Stay with me. Welcome back in the channel, guys. To take the right decisions never been easy. The harder the situation is, the difficult the choices are. So what is the trick? What is the secret? How to take the right decisions? Don't even worry about it, I'll tell you everything. But before I open the magic box, I have to prepare you for the content inside. As usual, guys, I will start with my philosophical thoughts and personal examples. I know that not everyone like this, but this is the only way I know. And what is the point to tell you something very fast, straight to the point, if you cannot get it? I'm sure that you've got teachers like this in your childhood. They're talking like machine guns, saying all of this boring history with the idea to learn everything. No way! Our brains are very powerful biological computers, but even so, they need data to work. And this is what I'm doing now, giving you the necessary data to accept the whole situation. The very first thing you have to remember is that there are no problems, only solutions. For every possible problem, you will find at least 3 solutions. Okay, this is understandable, but how to know which one is right? The easiest way for me to explain you all of this is by telling you a personal story. In my last trip in Ladakh, I have got a flat tire. Many of you already watched the videos. It was around 5,000 meters above the sea level. I've got a flat tire. I don't have a compressor or pump with me. I've got only 3 CO containers. So instead of repairing my tire, I use these containers to move away, and finally I need to ride more than 50 kilometers with flat tire before I get to any help. If you haven't seen this episode, you can watch it here. I uploaded the video with the title "Did I make a mistake on that day?" It was made with purpose because I already got the idea to make this video. Actually, I use it as a social experiment. Shame on me, I use you to take the data I need. I'm really sorry about it, but all of the information I have learned, it will be used again for you, and I really hope that all of this will help to someone to take the right decisions in the future. I confessed and I feel much better now. Anyway, 99% of the comments I received were about the mistakes I have made. So I should have a pump with me or air compressor, I should have changed the tire until I've got these CO containers, or many more suggestions. It was obvious that I made a mistake, not only one, I actually made 2 mistakes. First, I shouldn't go alone, and second, I should have air compressor with me. But, here you go, the important but. The mistakes I have made are before the accident, not as the result of the flat tire. I was alone many days before that. I did not have air pump or compressor to entire Pakistan and almost all India. Actually, I bought one simple air pump in Delhi on the later stage. So I confess my mistakes, I know what I have done, I know that it's wrong, I even make a detailed video about it, actually 4 different series, and I really hope that many people will see it before they decided to go to Ladakh. You can watch it here. So after all of this being said, let's go to the tips. Number 1, try to see the whole picture. Instead of focusing on one point, the problem you've got at the moment, try to see the whole picture. With the story I just told you, everybody, every one of you, sorry, just only one person replied differently, every one of you suggested and was focused exactly on the problem I've got at the moment, flat tire. They said, you have to change it, you have to do this or you have to do that. Everybody was focusing exactly on the problem I've got at the moment. And because of that, you actually missed the whole picture. You did not get it, aren't you? Don't worry, I'll explain again. This is a flat tire. And this is Ladakh. Did you see the difference? Not again? Alright, I will try to do it even better. Problem, flat tire. Possible solutions. Number 1, use patches. Number 2, change the tube, because I have a spare tube with me. Number 3, ride and go down as fast as possible. 99% of the people used option 1 or 2. I actually made option number 3. Why? I'll tell you, because I was looking on the whole picture. And this is what I've got in my mind. Elevation almost 5,000 meters. Time 2 p.m. No telephone or internet signal. At the end of the season, unpredictable weather. No traffic. I saw actually only 4 trucks for an entire day. Temperature around 0. Nearest village about 70 kilometers. Now guys, after I showed you the whole picture, let's see the options again. Number 1, patches. on that temperatures they cannot really stick well. It was around 0. I was not sure about it. Option number 2, to change the tube, because as I told you, I've got a tube with me. Alright, so I've got number of flat tires during my entire motorcycle riding career, and 99% of the cases it was fine. I just changed it, I used the patches or the tube, it depends on the situation at the moment. It was not a problem, but once, only once, I was riding somewhere around North Germany and I've got a flat tire, rear tire flat. And I said, okay, no problem, I'll change it, I have a tube with me. I stop on the side of the road, I remove the tire and I change the tube, but I cannot put the tire back. It was so hard, so stiff. It was a Metzeler Caro. It's a very, very hard and stiff tire. So after more than 2 hours battle on the road, I just gave up. I cannot put it in, I cannot close it. I cannot put the tire back in. So I decided I have no more options. I took the tire and walked to the nearest village, about maybe 500-600 meters, not that far. And from there I took a taxi, went to the garage, and actually they need to close the tire in the garage. And the guy from the garage told me that this was the stiffest tire he ever had. And he, even with the machines, was difficult to put it in. So this was the lesson I learned. Not every time you can do it. And all of this is happening in the summer, around 25 degrees. I ate well, I slept well, and I was on the sea level. With all of this in mind, let's go back again to the picture. Elevation 5000, time 2 p.m, no telephone or internet. At the end of the season, no traffic, temperatures around 0, nearest village 70 km. Difficult to breathe, which is mean hard to get out and put again the tire. No time for mistakes, cannot call a friend, possible weather change. Very low chances to find help. Cold rubber, cold metal, equal to hard work, which is mean possible failure. Not walking distance, I cannot spend the night there. With all of this in mind, I've got only one solution. To ride and go down as fast as possible. And I did it, and I reached the destination I need. On the next day, I was lucky enough to get the last possible tire in the entire region, and then was able even to ride on the Rotang Pass, which is, by the way, was closed a couple of hours after me because of the bad weather. What is very important is to learn how to see the whole picture with every problem that you might have in your life. Number 2, think out of the box. I will say that for me, or people like me coming from East Europe, this is somehow much easier than people in the Western world, because we have had such a difficult life for many years. We'll learn how to think out of the box and always to take the most practical decisions at the moment. This out of the box thinking actually coming as a legacy of the days we have spent in the past. Here now I will give you another one personal example. It is with my riding friend Dima. Hello my friend, I hope you're well. So in 2016 we were in Morocco riding around Sahara Desert. So Dima fell down and broke his leg. So for him was obvious the trip is over, but we still got a problem. He needed to move the bike 1,000 kilometers away to the Spanish border. With the broken leg this is not possible, so it was obvious that we need to take another solutions. So the solutions were to take a transportation company to bring the bike to the border, or Dima as well, but it was so expensive. They actually asking between $1,000 and $1,500 just to deliver the bike to the border, and actually Dima paid less for his bike. So another solution was to rent a minivan, and one of us to drive the minivan with 2 bikes on the back and Dima inside and go to the border, but there are no minivans to rent in Morocco. So after we going around all of these solutions, Dima said, I'm gonna ride the bike with my broken leg. And we all said, no, it's absurd, we're not gonna support you with this, because this was what we were thinking. We were focused on the problem, but he was actually seeing the whole picture. He was actually thinking out of the box, and he said, no, I'll be fine. We'll plaster the leg, we'll have a big shoe or something, and I'm gonna ride it. We'll make it slowly, but we can make it. And guess what? He did it. You're a hero, my friend. You did it. You really did it. But this was a perfect example of thinking out of the box. Later, when everything was solved, we were discussing everything and we realized that this was the most practical solution at the moment. Because he was thinking out of the box. Number 3, trust your sixth sense. always trust your internal voice, your God or your spirit or whatever you want to name. Again, I have to remind you about the situation in Keelung when the Rohtang Pass was almost closed and everybody suggests don't go there, don't go. I even spoke with some local riders and they said no, don't go, it will be really bad there, it will snow, they will probably close the pass, and once you left Keelung there will be only one option to stay and overnight, and many more like this. But even so, I was feeling inside, I was listening my internal voice who was saying me, just go, and I did it. And as I said, a couple of hours after that, the Rohtang Pass was closed, and I don't know for how long, because when the winter strike in this area, it could be week, it could be month, it could be the whole season. So I was trusted my sixth sense, and I was able to go through. Always believe, always trust on it, and you will never regret. Number 4, always put others' needs before your own. By saying this, I mean to respect your riding friends, their free time, and their machines as well. It is very easy to say to someone, oh, you can come and pick me up because I forgot to put petrol, or the person will start his car or motorcycle and drive so many hours during the night because of you. Or another example is to burn your clutch somewhere in the middle of nowhere and ask your friend to pull you for 100 kilometers to the near town, but you're missing the point that by doing that he can burn his clutch as well. So at the end you both will stay on the same position. So always learn to respect your people, to respect their free time, their machines, and their decisions. Don't push them to do something. Even if they say, yes, we'll do it, it's not a problem. Think twice. Respect people. And number 5, think with a long perspective. All the decisions need to be taken with a long term. Not exactly now, not exactly for this moment. For example, if you're on a long trip, you don't need to risk the whole mission because you decided to go on a stupid off-road ride at the moment, or to jump from some rocks and go onto the sand, or something similar. The example I can give you now is again from Morocco. In 2016 we were in Merzouga. Our hotel was faced exactly on the sand. We were facing the biggest dune over there. It was excellent. We've got a really good fun, and some of the local guys even offer us a unique experience. They said, we'll give you assistance, we'll provide a 4x4 and guide, and you can ride through the desert for more than 350 kilometers to the next point you want to go. Instead of going on the road, you can go through the desert. It sounds absolutely excellent, but it was cost $600. Alright, we're all together 4 guys. If we split the cost, 150 per person, fair enough, we can pay for this type of experience. But 2 of the guys immediately said, no, we're not interested, we're not gonna ride. So we were left only 2 guys, which is mean $300 per person. And by knowing me so far, I'm sure that you believe that I said yes and I did it because I love adventures. No, I said no. Because $300 was just too much for a single day. With this amount of money, we can ride more than a week in Morocco and pay all of our costs. But my friend was so encouraged and so enthusiastic about it, and he said, no, we'll go without any assistance, not a problem, we'll ride, we'll make adventure, we'll have everything we need. But I'm a very practical person. As I said, I never take the decisions just because of the moment. I always think on long perspective, and I always see the whole picture. So I said, listen man, this is not a good decision. The temperature is over 35 degrees. We have these heavy bikes, improper bikes for sand riding. On the top of that we have our luggage. And we're talking about 350 kilometers to the unknown territory without knowing the roads, without knowing anything, to go just because of the moment fun. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna do it. If you want, go alone, but I'm not gonna come with you. I love adventures, but I still have to see Morocco. And after I see Morocco, I need to ride more 4,000 kilometers the same bike to Berlin. Which is mean, if I damage the bike now, I will screw up the whole Morocco trip and I need to bring the bike back to Berlin. Which is very often, if you ride on such a degree, heavy bike on the sound, it's more likely to have problems. You should have this priority. You need to know what is the most important in your trip and always think with a long perspective. Wow, this was long video. If you're still here after all, thank you very much. Does mean that the video brought something very useful for you. Give it a like, don't forget to subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram, Motorcycle Adventures, where I upload daily pictures from around the world. As usual, thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Ciao!